Hi friends. This video is going to mostly start as sort of an unabashed review of Poor Things, the 2023 movie featuring Emma Stone, because tonight I went to a screening of it at the Trans Film Club, which is not specifically trans movies, but like it's a bunch of trans people. We watch movies. I've never been before, but it was really fun. And I like Poor Things. I'd seen it once before, and I got a lot more out of it watching it this time. And I think part of that was watching it just thinking about trans shit. Because I'm not going to spoil it too much, but also you will lose bits of the movie if you don't watch it, so it's a great watch. Um, Here's your 3 second countdown. Spoilers incoming. Um, the core of the plot is about this woman who gets her brain replaced with the brain of like a child. So she's literally growing up and experiencing life as a new person, but in the body of a fully grown adult woman. Um, and I resonated with that a lot more than I did last time. So when I watched it last time, I watched it sort of seeing it for what it was. Maybe like a little bit of like a Frankenstein relationship. This time I connected because I do know what it feels like to be a brand new person who happens to be in the body of an adult human woman, and who has to like figure everything out from first principles, including working out who you are and having a strained relationship with your family and men and money and injustice and learning. And as I watch her go through this movie, I think this is such a journey that I recognize. Um, and I can heartily recommend watching it as like with a trans mind. It's not a perfect metaphor, and I certainly think it would be taking it a bit far to say it's intentional, but it certainly is relatable. Um, there's a lot of other good things to say about the movie. There's some very strange things to say about the movie. Its visual design, stunning. The choice to make the sky always be this like painterly, sort of artistic background, just makes the whole thing feel a little bit like surrealist. Um, I don't really do numbers out of 10, but if you've not seen Poor Things, you probably should have watched it before I explained the plot. But go watch it. It's got a lot going for it. Um, Obviously, beware, it is not family friendly um, at all. And I've been reflecting on it since I watched it because I am really starting from zero with who I am. And I'm realizing quite how important it is that I am starting from zero because I do still hold on to a lot from my old life. I really struggle to be vulnerable in a way that I'm really just about internalizing now, because I realized a little while back that as like a coping mechanism, I'm very, I'm gonna say flirty, but very like aggressively positive, maybe might be the way to go with it. Um, and I'm trying to dial that back because at a certain point it feels disingenuous. Um, but I've realized after one of my friends asked me yesterday to stop being so mean to them, um, that that's what I had underneath there was I do the like jokingly mean thing. But obviously if you do enough of it, then it's just not nice. And because I was trying to cut back on the being aggressively positive, it was just being mean. And I I'm trying to recalibrate and find out who I am. And I think it's important that I'm not too mean and not too saccharine. And I'm not sure. And I think there's not an answer that I'm bringing to this. I don't know who I am. And I feel like I have to work that out from real first principles. And watching the film gave me some language for that, which was very useful. And I'm scared. I'm scared to learn who I am. I'm scared to try and be that person because I don't feel great in my body, unfortunately. I think it's often a little hard every time I spend time around people who I know have been transitioning for longer than me. Like, I want to be grateful and optimistic, but I mostly just feel bad. It's not always, but at the moment, that's how it's been. And that's a shame. But I'm getting there, and I will find out who I am. And that was really the takeaway, was I'm gonna make mistakes. And I'm glad I'm in a place where I can make those mistakes. I think I'm surrounded by people who are, broadly speaking, very forgiving to people making genuine mistakes. I love you very much, friends. I hope that you can see my personality change throughout these videos. Maybe you can't. Maybe it's subtle. I'll tell you as I work out who I am. I think I want to be kinder and more vulnerable. I know that I like it when I'm not worried that people, like, I'm not worried if people like me. People who are upfront and honest. And I'm scared that that'll mean I come off as being a bit too much, but maybe those are just old brain thoughts. Because I would never find someone too much if I knew they liked me. Not just because I know they like me. So that's where I'm headed. Not overly saccharine, but authentically positive. And with that, I'll wish you a good night. Sleep well, friends. I will talk to you tomorrow.